Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to... I'm going to do that over. Welcome, ladies
We
and
never say welcome, ladies and gentlemen. What are you doing?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
No!
Andrew screwed it up, not
I
me.
screwed it up. You'll notice that there's three of us this week. We're going to be talking about Star Wars Outlaws. Welcome to Talk About Tatooine. I'm Andrew.
I'm Nathan.
And we are twin brothers here to bring you what's new in nerddom and give colorful commentary on our favorite subjects. Welcome to our cantina. Grab a drink and settle in as we set course for realities beyond our own.
Cheers, everybody. Welcome to episode 125. Today's recording date is August 28th, and this episode will be released on Monday, September 1st. Let's journey to a galaxy far, far away. As we already blundered our way through the intro, you guys might have noticed we have a guest with us today. Ruthie, welcome back to the podcast. We are super excited to have you today.
Hello, I'm very excited to be back.
Ruthie, tell us just a little bit about yourself really quick, maybe just like one random fun fact, or what you do and how we found you on the internet and what you might be doing regularly.
Oh, now I have to think of a fun fact. I wasn't ready. That wasn't in the list of questions I was going
Right,
to be asked.
It was not in the fun fact. It was not in the list. I'm so sorry.
My name's Ruthie. I go by Ruthless Nightsister on all social medias. I'm a cosplayer, gamer, all-around Star Wars nerd creator. I'm happy to be here. Now I'm thinking of a fun fact, and I can't think of one.
Those are all fun facts about you, though.
That's true.
Those are
That
great.
is a fun fact.
Does anyone call you Ruth Vader Ginsburg? That'd be a good one.
No, but they totally should.
Oh, that'd
I'd
be
respond to it.
New cosplay idea. There you go.
Ruth Vader Ginsburg.
Back from the dead.
Oh, my goodness. I love it.
To our wonderful audience, we are going to be talking about Star Wars Outlaws. It's been out for a whole year at this point, and
whoop.
that's pretty
Crazy.
dang neat. That's awesome. I definitely took time off of work last year to play this game, and I do not regret it. My poor PC was pre-upgrade of my PC, and it struggled. Definitely had some graphical things.
I played it on Xbox for that reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, Xbox.
I should have. I don't know why I didn't. I've gotten this. Well, I think I know why, actually, because I was like, "Oh, I'm going to stream it." I literally streamed it the whole day.
Capture card. Get a capture card.
I know. I'm not a professional. I suck.
Wait, so now I got to derail the conversation.
You gotta get good.
I got to know, which capture card do you use? Because I bought one that was like
I have the Elgato
a crap
one. Like I have the like
cat.
it's I bought like a cheap one first, and it like didn't work, and so I just
Same.
invest the money. You just gotta invest the money, and it hasn't failed me. My first one did brick. My first Elgato one bricked, but that was the older gen one. So I have the newer one now, so.
That's a very similar story to mine. I started off with a cheap one, and it was just like garbage. And then I was like, oh man, my frame rate really sucks when I want to play like good games. And then I looked at the Elgato, and I was like, I haven't made that kind of money yet.
You could describe almost our entire podcast as like we started out cheap and then realized that was terrible.
That's the way to do it, dude. Like I started streaming off of my Xbox with like a $20 webcam.
Yep.
And like that's how you got to do it. You got to start low.
Oh
and
my
then
God,
as
bless you.
Grow, you get you get the nicer things, you know.
What do you mean? This is only a 720p video. Pixels are expensive.
30 FPS, 720. You can't
Well,
do
bless
that.
you, because your streaming journey has come quite a long way. Because if you told me in one of your streams, you're like, yeah, we're doing like an Xbox like throwback today, I'd be like, boo, go back to the HD.
Go
Boo.
back to your fancy stuff.
That is great. I love that you started from such humble beginnings.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to be out of school, and like I was literally thinking today, I was like,
Nerd.
man, I want to stream stuff again. Yeah, I know I'm a nerd. Shut up. But I'm like, I'm so excited to get back to streaming. But I'm like, even for me, I have 1 year left in school, and then I'm like ideally good to go, which will go by super quick. I was literally thinking, I'm like,
You can do it.
Helldivers has a bunch of stuff. I wanted to play Star Wars Outlaws, but never got a chance to stream it. Like
The
so
new
many
Star
things.
Wars game next year that they
Oh
haven't
my
given us
gosh.
anything else for.
Oh,
I was praying
Oh my
for
God.
Gamescom. When Gamescom happened, I was like, this is it. This is where we're going to get our next trailer. And then
Nothing.
nothing.
Sit in the desert where you belong.
We'll
As,
never
like,
know.
As like a general complaint, Star Wars, I feel like just like trickle feeds us information. They're like, we may or may not be working on a bunch of movies. You'll never know.
And then like 2 months before, they're like, here's all the advertising.
Yeah, I'm like,
take
guys.
it. And you're like,
It's like, I'm like, give us something a little sooner. But then they go like full opposite side of the spectrum, and we get Star Wars Eclipse that had the most beautiful trailer of all time. And it for a while, it was a running joke on the podcast. They were like, any news on Star Wars Eclipse? No. It's like
that and the KOTOR remake. They're on the same level of just like,
they all
it
hurt
will
my
be
feelings.
when it will be.
It's just a pipe dream at this point. They're just
Really?
like, we're just going to farm your nostalgia until you're dead. And that's just going to be what
And
it is.
you can just hope that it's going to happen, and you'll see.
It's like that grandma meme where it's like, I remember when they announced the KOTOR remake. Whatever you say, Grandma, it's
Whatever
time
you
to take
say,
your
Grandma.
meds. No, I'm not crazy. It happened. It was going to happen.
It's going to happen.
I want to say that makes 5 or 6 episodes since our last mention of Star Wars Eclipse, by the way. We did have a little bit of a dry
dang.
streak there, so.
I'm glad
'cause
we could bring it up.
Yeah. We like weren't doing any news at all for a little bit because we were just like snapping through episodes.
That's
like,
true.
I mean, we were upwards of like 5 to 10,000 words per episode because I was just writing out the whole thing. It was no free flowing conversation. It was, I'm going to write an essay and we are going to read that essay. and I cited my sources.
You
Gosh,
knew what you were
dang
talking about.
This is what we do. This is what we do.
So I actually have more sources to cite because I wanted to bring us back to Star Wars Outlaws.
Yes, yes.
So Star Wars Outlaws had 3 different nominations at the Game Awards for 2024. It had one for Best Performance nomination for Humberly Gonzalez, awarded to an individual for voiceover acting, motion, or performance capture. I'm going to talk a lot about how awesome her mocap was. So good. I am so in love with that technology right now.
It's so cool.
Let's see. Outlaws game also what? Who wrote
Outlaws
this?
game.
It was
also.
me. Gosh, so stupid. Outlaws also got another nomination as Innovation in Accessibility, recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience. I really forgot how to read there for a whole second. Just totally went blank.
It's okay. It happens.
Oh, man. That one is so cool because...
Yes.
Well, first off, I think we're in an age where people don't see accessibility as valuable, and we are just here to say that it is. It is 100% valuable. I even heard someone say, with all of, let's say the political nonsense going on right now, that like every single person is either a disabled person or will be a disabled person if they live long enough. And it's like, yeah, thank you. Like, accessibility is important, and it will affect you always.
Mm-hmm.
As somebody who trains people in human performance and human physiology, can confirm, you get old, you can't stop it.
You get old. Oh, man. My knees make so much noise. They're so loud.
They popping, or are they like creaking?
They are. It sounds like twigs snapping every time I extend my knee.
No.
Because I destroyed my knee playing football in high school, and it just never got better, even after a couple surgeries. That's not why we're here, though. A third nomination. Star Wars Outlaws got nominated for Best Action Adventure. This is for the best action/adventure game combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving, which is, I mean, that's Outlaws on a T. It was so... it was really fun. Really, really fun. On IGN, it's sitting at a 7 out of 10 rating, and Steam, it also has a 7 out of 10 rating. So that's pretty good. That's pretty
solid.
good. Let's go into the main character, K-Vess. My voice is getting a little tired. Ruthie, do you want to share some things that you either did or did not like about Kay?
Shoot.
did she speak to you on an emotional level? Was she kind of boring and flat, or did you just, what were your thoughts?
All right, so K-Vess has a special place in my heart because of so many things revolving around Star Wars Outlaws. Because one, she's the first female protagonist in a modern Star Wars game, which we love. We love women in Star Wars. I will always love to have more women in Star Wars. This is actually something I actually got into. I wasn't listed by name, but Umberly actually talked about me in an interview because at the Outlaws preview event that I had the honor of going to, I actually expressed to her how important it was to me, because, I've cosplayed Star Wars games. Like, I've cosplayed the Jedi games and a lot of Star Wars gaming, and how cool it was for me to be able to cosplay the main character and, like, be the same gender as the main character. And I, like, started getting, like, emotional with her, because, I'm overwhelmed because of the day, and then I'm talking to her, and she's so beautiful and amazing. And I'm just like, thank you so much for being a woman in Star Wars, And she started crying, and we had this little, like, moment of crying, and she talked about it in an interview. And I was just reminded of this the other day, and I like, had totally forgotten that she had mentioned me in an interview, but it was like a moment. So there's that where it's like she has like a special place in her heart, and I had to like fight for K-Vess. I don't know how much you guys were in the social media realm of like all the really bad K-Vess stuff.
So I definitely have some notes about what it was like. Very much the idea of like people just unfairly going off on her character because she wasn't a white dude, and they're like, how is this possible? Like, it's not representing me. And it was so, I mean, it's exhausting. It's exhausting for me as not even being the target of this misogynistic BS. I can't imagine what it was like for you.
Oh, dude.
Oh.
I luckily, because I didn't interact with those people, I luckily am kind of on the fringes. So I did get a good bit of it, but I didn't take the brunt of it. I know you guys are familiar with Azatru, I assume. I know he went to bat for K-Vess on many, many, many accounts, because he fought those people. He was decking it out the whole time. But
awesome.
But yeah, it was not a fun time. Not a fun time. I think I told my friends, I was like, why can't I be directly involved with a game that doesn't have a bunch of weird, stupid hate revolving around it? Yeah. But I like K-Vess. I think she's cool. I think she's an interesting character. I always love, like, I know the last time I was on, we were talking about Andor. I always love a good Star Wars story that, like, doesn't revolve around the Force and like the mysticism of Star Wars. So I think I really enjoy that about her character, and I think she's just like kind of a cool lady. She's pretty genuine, pretty chill, and I liked getting to know her through the game.
Absolutely.
That's some perfect feedback, and you really like nailed some points that like I had written down of like why Kay has such an interesting story. Slight side note. Is her name pronounced Umberly or Humberly?
It's Umberly.
Dang it. It's I'm like,
You're good. She literally has on her, or at least she used to have it on her Instagram. It literally in her thing was like, it's Umberly, not Humberly.
Dang it. I don't follow a ton of celebrities on Instagram. I mean, my personal Instagram is, I haven't touched it. It is barren. It is wasteland. I don't
have a personal Instagram. Yeah. But those are the only celebrities I really care about, are like the ones that are directly in the like my favorite media. Other than that, I'm like blinders on for most celebrity stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. That must have been just amazing meeting her. Like that. That's crazy.
She was so nice. Like, she's one of those people that you meet and you're like, you are just a genuinely amazing, like, nice human being. You know, because you never know when you meet, like, celebrities and stuff.
Yeah,
how they're
like,
going to be.
Are you going to suck or...
Yeah, exactly. But
As
she was
Fane
so
Rue
nice.
do.
She like went out of her way to make sure. She was so excited to be there. She went out of her way to talk to all the creators. Like, she wanted to make sure if you wanted a picture with her, she was going to get a picture with you. You know, like, she went out of her way to...
That's awesome.
She was just so cool. She was so cool. One of my favorite Star Wars celebrity interactions thus far in person.
That warms my heart. I'm like, I'm crying a little bit.
Good. She's so good.
Gosh. Nathan, did you have anything else to add? I feel like I've been kind of dominating our side.
As far as, like, I actually really resonate with one thing that you said that was, like, this game and K-Vest does not revolve around the Force. That is something that I've pointed out as being one of my favorite parts of Andor and why I liked it so much, and the fact that we get to be, like, just an ordinary human, but we get to... like exist in the Star Wars universe at such a basic level, like, has been really, really fun. And like, I immediately, like, I have not put in the hours to this game that you guys have by any means, but even going into it, I was like, this is how I'm going to play Kay. She's going to, like, side with this faction. She's going to be, like, super hostile towards these guys. I was, like, making up character points with her, like, the whole time, because I was like, this is storytelling at its finest, because, like, I don't have magic to basically secure my character's, like, fate in this story. I was just like, I get to play this character as exactly as I want, and I did see a lot of the people hating on this character because she was a female. Like, they're like, nope, don't want it. And I'm like, cool, you guys are the part of the fandom that we consider toxic, and if we could remove you like a gangrenous leg, we would. But it doesn't work that way.
No, I was very much in camp. Don't play the game. Like, we don't want you to play this game.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't want to play it, don't play it. Like, you don't have to.
We see a small amount of that. I can't imagine how much of that you see, especially as somebody who, like, cosplays on Instagram. Mm-hmm. Like, there is this... from what I've seen of the cosplay community, which, again, I know so little of, but from what I've seen is a lot of people see cosplay as an invitation to say whatever they want and behave however they want.
Yes.
And it's like, no, this person is, like, sharing their hobby with you, and that doesn't give you permission to be, like, a weirdo and a creep.
Yes.
And they just, like, completely disregard that, and it really does apply here. And the funny thing is I was like, I picked this up and I was like, I have no problem that I'm playing as a female right now. Like,
I don't get it.
Like this doesn't, like, what are you guys missing out on? Who hurt you?
It's
that this is a problem.
Wouldn't it be better for you as, like, a straight man to play as a pretty lady? Like, I don't know. Maybe
your logic is sound.
K-Vest wasn't pretty enough for them, right? That was their whole thing. She wasn't pretty enough.
Respectfully,
so
yes, she was.
Yes, she was.
Oh my God, they're so dumb.
I'm going to leave it at that. Respectfully, yes, she was.
Exactly. I agree.
People are so dumb. It's like it's stuff like that just, like, confuses me to no end.
I want to be a big sweaty man. Why can't I be a big sweaty man?
Oh, that just reminds me of all the memes. It's like, you know who's the only person who comments on, like, your gym gains? It's like other dudes. Other dudes are like, dude, you're looking swole. It's like, you too, man. It's like, then kiss.
And then
you guys are clearly kiss. Then they kiss.
Yes, if I can't stare at a big muscular man the entire time I played the game, what is the whole point?
You guys are describing, like, half of my work environment right now, and it's hilarious. People will literally be like, wow, man, you're looking swole. And they're like, you're also looking swole, bro. And me from the other side of the center will just
muscles?
be like, you guys are dumb. Just... that's sometimes the fun part about working around soldiers is you can kind of harass them and they kind of take it in stride, which is always fun.
Oh, man.
That's great.
I love that. That's fantastic.
Oh, God. So, to comment on K-Vest's visual appearance, not in a weird way, I played...
What are you about to say?
Actually, I'm gonna
say it on the internet for everybody to see.
Yeah,
say it with your chest.
Let us know.
It's like
say it loud and proud.
Nope.
Not the headphones falling off.
No, but in all seriousness, I played, like, the majority of the game in the what is it? Oh gosh, I have it written down. One moment. in her Crimson Dawn uniform because the drip was so on point.
It's so good.
I found other armor that had better bonuses, and I was like, I cannot give up the black and gold. It's so good. You gotta do it for the drip. It's like, but I look so good.
That's literally why I picked the Crimson Dawn. I was like, yeah, because they look the coolest.
Yes, their
like,
stuff
of
was
course
the
I'm
coolest.
going to go with them.
We all hated the pikes, right? We all...
Screw the pikes.
We all
oh my gosh.
ended up, like, that's how I got the achievement of, like, get the lowest rank with
Easy.
Syndicate, because I was like, screw you, pikes! No one likes you, you suck!
I could get that achievement tonight. Yeah. I go through, and I'm like driving through, and I'm like, oh, there's 7 more people shooting at me, 7 more people shooting at me. And I lose all of these firefights. Let me tell you what, like, I do not survive well in these, but every time I'm like, oh, I want to go back and pick a fight with them. This is not how the game is set up. The mechanics are about storytelling and sneaking and puzzle solving.
No, it's about
There's me who's like trying to like kill as many as possible, and I'm like,
when I streamed this game, I literally titled my stream "Screw the Pikes."
Yes.
Like right out of the gate, I was like, I'm about to make a judgment call. I'm about to judge a book by its cover and kill them all.
Kill the pikes.
Went a little bonkers on that one. Whoops. So I wanted to talk a little bit about Kay's development as a character because she's legitimately a very well-written character.
Yes.
You start off like as a character, like kind of a little bit of a dork and kind of clumsy, and it's a little cringing. You're like, wow, she is really bad at this scoundrel stuff. But it's like because she's new at it. You as the character are new at crime and you're not good at it, and by the end of the game you're like, I can do anything. I could steal anything. I could break through anything. And even kind of the post credits. Nathan, did you finish the campaign?
nope.
Oh, no. You gotta at least do that.
I got killed way too many times, guys. I get real easily
no, but
distracted
that's why you
in this
gotta
game.
roll through the story. Like once you hit that point, you hit a point in the game where you just gotta finish it.
Oh,
I know you're right,
it does not
and
slow
it's
down.
just like the times I'm able to like get into my flow state with this game, I then look at the clock and I'm like, I probably should have been studying that entire time, and then I'm like,
homework guilt. It's a real thing.
Then I put the game down for a week, and then I come back and I'm like, oh yeah, this is where I was. Like, I don't even remember what I was doing last time I picked up the game.
I was gonna say,
like,
where are you in the game? How far are you?
Not super far. I've gone in space like twice.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, so I'm like super early, mostly because I keep picking fights with Imperials and Pikes, and
Yeah, they'll kill you.
just keep
Straight.
dying.
Yeah,
They keep spawning everywhere.
I'll give
they're
you
all over the place.
I'll give you, or maybe Ruthie will actually give you a list of upgrades you need to make to improve your gameplay. Because she's played more than me. Because you've played the DLC, which I've been waffling on whether or not I'm going to buy. They're on sale on Xbox right now, and I'm like, ooh, I kind of want to buy
them on sale.
Sweet. So that's with the gold edition. So it's again the base game, which I don't have for Xbox, so I would still be getting.
Oh, that's a plus.
And then
You wouldn't have to overheat your machine either.
That's true.
That's
you don't
true.
have to worry about your PC dying.
Well, and I wouldn't have to sit in my dungeon basement to play a game.
That's true.
If I'm being totally honest, I prefer playing on my Xbox, even though my computer is way stronger, because I can sit on my couch, which is way more comfortable. I can put my feet up. I am usually drinking some sort of hot beverage, and my dog is curled up next to me.
Ooh,
Like it
a
is.
vibe.
It is. Sometimes I'll even light a candle. I have so many scented candles. I'm like
The whole experience.
I'm like,
That's so much better. See, get it for Xbox.
Can I interest you in some Northern Pine? This is what happens with twins. One twin is like, yeah, I like scented candles while I play, and I'm like, yeah, there's one on my desk. Like, you know,
ooh.
we're the same person. If you have not caught that yet,
Unfortunately, so. I did a recording just before this for a mini episode that I'm gonna put out on the channel, and I referred to I referred to twins as an extra set of organs walking around.
spare parts, baby.
Normal
Yep.
things to say.
Additional organs, just in case. You never know.
So one thing to bring us back on topic, let's talk a little bit about Kay Vess's relationship with both the Empire and the Rebels, two factions we are all intimately familiar with, and how she, in her own unique way, navigates her relationship with those two.
Since I have less to say, I will start.
Sure.
So here's the thing. I
still
didn't get to the
valued.
point. Thanks. I didn't get to the point where I was playing the Rebels. Again, being a student really sucks when you're like, I want to play every video game in the world. But every time I saw a Stormtrooper, I was like, I'm going to hit him in the back of the head.
Straight up.
I'm going to take that bucket right off his head. And just me and Nix were just getting up to all sorts of trouble, like throwing him at officers and just blasting people. Like, I didn't make it out of those fights 9 times out of 10, but I was like, I'm going to do it again.
You had a good
like,
time.
that's fine. So I did that a lot to the Empire. It was just because I was like, yeah, it's the Empire. They suck. But I hadn't quite gotten to the point where I was going to navigate her relationship to the Rebels, because I understand from like watching some gameplay that she does have a troublesome relationship to the Rebels. And it actually leaves me feeling a little bit uneasy as a player, because I'm like, wait, but you're supposed to love the Rebels because I love the Rebels? They're the good guys? Yeah, like, what's happening here? And it's like, the writers are like, yeah, absolutely not. You get to feel all the things. And I'm like, I'm uncomfortable. I don't want to be uncomfortable. So that's about as far as I got into that.
It's her whole don't trust anyone attitude,
Yeah,
you know?
100%.
That's 100% what it is. And that's back to talking about her story arc throughout the game, is she goes from someone who, like, is really bad, doesn't know what she's doing, but she's like, I can't trust anyone because everybody in her life, including her own freaking mom, has, like, betrayed her in her life, you know? Spoilers, I guess, but you know what you're getting into.
I've watched
had
more-
his chance.
It's been out for
You
a
had
year.
your time. It's been
I've
a
watched
year.
gameplay of people that are just months and months of gameplay time in farther than I have. And I'm like, everything's a spoiler at this point. I'm the type of person that if something gets spoiled for me, I'm still going to enjoy it. Because I'm like,
I
well, I
am
have to
also
play it
that
through
way.
it myself. Like, I still have to do it. And then I can,
Well, because
then
you
I'll
don't
get the
know
enjoyment.
how her mom ruined her life.
Exactly. And then I go through it and I'm like, oh, that's how it happened?
That's how her mom wronged her.
Exactly. So it all works
But
out.
yeah, it all works out. But yeah, it's her don't trust anyone attitude. I think that's what really, which, like, obviously there's a good reason not to trust the Empire. You know, we know that. She knows that. But then she has to trust the crime syndicate, so that's also hard because they're, like, kind of like the Empire in a similar way. And then she has to try to trust the rebellion. I don't know. She just is a solo lady, her and Nyx. They're a duo, and they don't need nobody else. Until the end of the game, when they learn that having friends is good.
Well, and
Friendship.
it almost turns on its head, because she really, like, at first in the start of the game, very much in her own growth into her own role as a smuggler, scoundrel type Han Solo character, she kind of has a similar relationship to ND5, where ND5 is, she's like, first off, no, you're a creep, like,
Yes.
like, you're here to babysit me, and she
You're just
becomes
here to watch me.
she just over and over again becomes more and more attached to ND5, to the point when ND5 eventually turns on her, that
She
like
can't do it.
she cannot deal with it. And honestly, I was like right there with him. I thought the entire time through the last arc, I won't totally spoil it for you, Nathan, but I was like,
No, spoil ahead.
I was like, if
doesn't
ND5 dies, I am gonna rate this a 0.
Yeah.
It's like, it's gonna ruin it.
ND5 goes out, we're rioting. We're rioting. Because especially, I don't know if you did the side missions with the other droid that you meet.
Yes.
The one that gives you some skills. But, like, after those missions, and then I think I went from those missions to the mission where, like, ND5 short circuits and you have to go and fix him. Like, it went from, like, all this, like, emotional connection to ND5 and his experience as a droid to then being like, oh no, he's gonna die, he's freaking out, he's fritzing out, and then the way that it ends too, you're like... Because, dude, ND5 is such a cool character, such an interesting character that... I'm so
Yeah,
glad
I
we're getting
love
that book. I'm so glad we're getting...
There's a book coming
There's
out?
a book coming out about ND5.
Let's go.
Let's go.
And,
It's going on the
Jalen
shelf.
and how they met.
I'm so excited. I love Star Wars books. I mean, for me and Nathan, that was kind of our introduction into Star Wars. It's like we grew up watching the movies, but we got hooked on the books. Absolutely hooked. Like, I'm constantly reading through, I'm constantly listening and re-listening to audiobooks through my local library, because libraries are great.
Got the Libby app.
Got
Yeah.
the Libby app
Got
is
the
so
Libby
good.
app.
She
Got the
knows.
Libby app.
Oh, I just got done with the mainline High Republic novels. 10 out of 10.
I need to finish the most recent one that just barely came out, the last one.
Trials of the Jedi.
Last one. What's with the air quotes?
Well, it is the last one, but
is.
you
Oh.
never know. You never know. You never know.
I was like, I haven't read it yet, so I'm like, what am I missing here?
I haven't read it yet. I also don't know what happens in it, but
Oh,
I don't like the implications of that. I'm so far behind. I'm only like half. I think I finished phase 2, but I think I stopped somewhere like right at the beginning of phase 3.
yeah.
I have been wanting to write like a series on the High Republic, but Nathan, you haven't read it all.
You gotta
I'm
catch
reading.
up.
I'm
It's so
reading
good,
textbooks
dude. I
on
love it.
networking,
I know,
guys.
I know,
Leave me
I know.
alone. It's so boring.
You're doing
You
your
have to do
thing.
homework.
Trying to get a big boy job so I can pay for a bunch of new toys
But
and
like,
books.
but I also really want to do like a Star Wars reading list. One, because that's a really common question we get from folks
Yeah.
in the fandom is like, hey, what books should I read? But also like reading is good for you, and listening to audiobooks is just good for you as a human being. Like
Yes.
it teaches you empathy, and it teaches you how to relate to other people. Like, and at least in America, like our current average reading level is like in elementary school age, and that really bums me out. That's too low.
Yeah. That's too low.
It's like, come on.
That's
Did
disappointing.
they not take those tests in like 6th grade that told them they read at a college reading level? Like,
Yeah, I love those
I
things.
don't-
Those were a challenge.
did you take those tests?
Yeah.
too? Good.
Yeah,
God, I'm
those
so
are
smart.
fun.
And you're like, I am the big brain child.
Yeah, we even had like specific tests for books. So you would like read a book and take the test on it, and it would tell you like what your reading and comprehension level was.
And
I
then you
remember
get
doing that with
points.
all of the Harry Potter books.
Wow.
I did it.
I don't
with-
think they did it on Star Wars books because they didn't. It was only books we had in our school library, and the school library was not about to have. What is it? The book I'm reading right now. It's not First Contact. That's the Halo book. Vector Prime. That's what it is. And I'm reading
Ooh,
that for the
yeah.
first time.
Ugh.
It is
That
an
one's
old
touch
book.
violent.
It's very violent.
It's an
oh
adult
my gosh.
novel, not in a weird way. It is made
In
for
like a violent way.
Yeah, not like a it's not a book talk adult book. But keep in mind, like these old like sci-fi Star Wars books are written in a style that like most people would not like nowadays, because it's written in a way that you're like, oh my gosh, I'm the nerd and I think you're a dork right now. Like it's bad. But it's also
information.
it is. It's an overload of information, and everything is like just the names are wacky. Everything is just out of left field, and it's just mystical as heck. It reads so different than like what you would read out of the High Republic, and it does take a little bit of like, it's kind of a hard pill to swallow, but the stories are great. It's just, it's a little old. It's a little dated.
yeah, shameless plug for 90s Star Wars, which again, I'm going to sound
in
like such a
my day.
boom. Back in my day, Star Wars books were good. I mean, I think a lot of the new ones are good. So please don't take that clip out of context.
Oh shoot, it's going everywhere now. All over the internet.
Oh man.
Got him.
Got him.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Back in his day. That's why they need to do the KOTOR remake. Good Star Wars games. Bring them back.
Relive the glory days.
That's actually the basis of our social media campaign we're running right now, is literally tapping into people's nostalgia. So are you familiar with the game Helldivers 2?
Yes.
Okay, so they just released they basically released it on Xbox. So the Xbox reinforcement are Helljumpers, or ODSTs. So they made a content pack that is all ODST skins, Halo guns, and
That's
everything.
so cool.
So I went in, I bought it immediately, first
I
day.
love that.
and went in, got some gameplay of me playing with some of like the classic Halo assault rifles, and then put the Halo 2 theme song over top of it, and like people were like, oh, it's just dopamine flashing in the brain. It's all about nostalgia. I showed Andrew the post that we threw up today, and it was the lines from Echo 419 from the first Halo game, where she's like talking to Cortana and like providing covering fire, and it very much mirrors what's going on in the Helldivers universe. So it's 100%. I'm like, how can I make this as nostalgic as possible? And I'm just like clipping YouTube sounds from like everywhere.
I had
so
a
great.
strange reaction to like
it.
listening to that audio. I was like, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm in elementary school again. Like
a child.
What? Yeah. I was like, what is happening? This is weird. It's weird. Oh my gosh, it was so good. I'm so excited. My entire Instagram feed is just Helldivers / ODST content and K-pop Demon Hunters. That's all it is.
Valid.
Let's go.
Sorry, I'm going to get off topic and then I'll bring us back. K-pop Demon Hunters is absolutely going off when it shows up on an NPR story because they're such dorks.
Oh my god!
They're like, have you heard of this thing that's very popular? And it's like,
Demon
wow.
Hunters?
Like NPR is like the Internet Explorer of pop culture because they're just like a full week behind what's actually going on. Nathan, you had mentioned something about weird names, which brings me to our next point, as I want to talk about Zarek Besh and the criminal syndicates. So it took me longer than I would like to admit to realize that Zarek Besh was the name of the criminal syndicate and not the name of the guy. I was like, that is that guy's name.
Which, can we talk about his name being Slero? That's his name, right? I'm not like misremembering it.
Slero Barsha. I wrote it down.
It sounds like a bad word.
It's like Malicos, where it's like, it's literally malicious is his name, but here it's like Slero, like a slimy guy. Like, what the hell, Star Wars?
The exact note I wrote was, never has a person's first name sounded so much like a slur, and also the word slur.
Slero.
They're like, really making it obvious there, Greedo. It's like, come on, guys.
Slero
Come on.
and Zarek Besh.
It's like, wait, what'd you call him? Easy, guys. It's like, no, that's his name.
No, that's his name.
It's not like we called him a clanker. It's fine.
Can you tell that his mother didn't love him just by his first name?
Oh.
I'm sorry, spoilers though. They named his brother freaking Jalen, and he was named Slero.
We have
Ouch.
normal guy over here, and then the child I clearly hate.
How to tell you were a mistake, baby.
Oh my gosh.
Woof. That's awful. Oh, man. Star Wars is so good about just making just the silliest names all over the place.
Silliest freaking names, dude.
You muted.
Yeah, I was breathing heavy.
It's having a moment. Think about Slero. Woo!
Well, and I'm ibuprofen is carrying the day right now. I have like so little energy.
I respect it.
I'm like,
you're
you
like,
gotta keep going.
Oh yeah, you're
zombie
poisoned right
walking through.
I know. I'm very much infected. Let's see. So I can't believe his name is Slero Barsha. I can't get over that. It's just every time. And like,
it's insane.
And he's such a douche. Like,
do you think he's the bad guy? Do you think he's the bad guy of the cape? Slero?
I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell.
I don't know if that's the bad guy.
Do you think this guy who's clearly walking around in some sort of exotic, now like, extinct
dramatic
animal fur?
No.
So extra. Like, the game is like, we're going to teach you how to hate this person. It's like, no need. I got it.
We're there. We understand.
I am picking up what they're throwing down.
Stereotypical bad guy right here.
So
we got him.
I will say his capital ship is one of the cooler ship designs I think we've... I love the ship design in Star Wars. It's such an integral part of my enjoyment of the universe. Like, anytime you were in the Trailblazer, I was like, this is so fun. I might have to buy like a hands-on throttle and stick and really get into it. build a cockpit and
Integrate yourself in.
Do it.
So good.
that would
dude.
be so fun.
I love the Trailblazer. It's so satisfying. Yeah, jump.
So because I'm an idiot, I did not get all of the update or all of the upgrades for the Trailblazer and realized that I made the end or the final act way harder than it needed to be.
No.
I will say I crushed it. I literally only died once, and then I
Good,
came
good.
back, and I was like, first off, I'm never terrific at video games, and I feel like I nailed it. I was like, all right, I'm gonna pat myself on the back here for a sec because I crushed it. Like, you get to assault a Star Destroyer, and it feels so fun. Honestly, it
It's
feels
so
better than
good, dude.
any of the flying in Star Wars Battlefront.
Can I just say, did you use the auto aim feature?
I did use
like, lock-on feature?
the burst cannon.
Because that saved my life.
Yeah,
Oh,
love the
were you on
lock-on
controller
feature.
or were you on mouse and keys?
controller. I have an Xbox controller hooked up to my PC.
Okay. I assumed that's the best way to do it.
Well, it's the most like a joystick without having a joystick.
Exactly.
It's the way to do it. I don't know how those mouse and keyboard people,
Crazy people.
crazy,
Those crazy
people.
people.
We're gonna get some mean messages about that.
I play both.
let 'em. Put it in the comment sections, you cowards.
Yeah, actually, that drives
Mouse and
engagement.
keys is the
So
best.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, mouse and keys players are plebs. Please comment on this video and tell me how I'm wrong.
She gets it, folks. She gets it.
no notes. Perfect. Okay, so out of all of the syndicates,
Yes.
which was your favorite to work for, and why
Crimson
were the
Dawn.
Pikes the worst?
The Pikes were the worst. Crimson Dawn was the best because Mommy Kira. I need not say more.
Respectfully, great. She did great. I'm just gonna keep it
I was
at
gonna
that.
say, are you gonna say Mommy Jabba? Like, what are you claiming?
It's Daddy Jabba.
Yeah. Stay in your lane, please.
I'm just saying I would
I don't
let
know,
him
aren't
chain
they-
me up.
All right.
I need an adult.
All right. We're learning things.
It's like, all right, well, some people are freaks. That's okay.
I will say, dude, being in his palace, the drive up to his palace, well, that mission, when you first go there, is a traumatic mission. It is, like, so cool. Because it is so nostalgic Star Wars, driving up to Jabba's palace with, like, the sunset. Like, they just needed to
Yes.
start playing the music, and as you're driving, like, it's so good, dude. They did so good with the zones in the game.
they kind of went bananas on
Yeah.
the world building, because it's not like you round a corner and like, oh, you don't get to really see anything, and you round a corner and then Jabba's palace. It's like, no, dude, I can see it from the
You
other
can see
side
it
of
in
the
the
map.
distance.
And like, it's gonna take me 5 minutes to speed her there. Like, the maps were huge. Like, I loved the speeder. I really liked it. My first experience with it, I was like, oh, this is some really good immersion. And then I immediately ran
Crash.
into a rock, launched like 50 meters, and I was like, too much immersion.
We
Oh,
literally...
look at me. I've died.
I crashed. So when you go to preview events for games, you have devs that stand over your shoulders. And sometimes it's devs that, like, choose to come and watch you, but you have, like, a dev that comes and watches to, like, if you have any questions or if you get stuck, they can help you or whatever. And... dude, I crashed that speeder so many times. They were laughing at me. Because that speeder, even by the end of the game, I don't feel like I figured out how to drive it.
It's an
Yeah,
unruly
you barely touch
animal.
this. You barely touch the stick, and you're like, I'm in a different province now, so this is cool.
I have entirely driven off a cliff. What a great time.
I've run into a lot of stormtroopers, 50-50 on purpose and accident.
Yeah. Is this how I raise my wanted level? It is now.
It is now.
So I'm actually a little curious. What is it like going to one of those preview events?
Like, just in general?
Yeah.
Enlighten me. We're
cool.
not famous enough for that.
Very cool. I didn't think I was either. But it's very cool. You get like an ominous email that's like, NDA, don't mention this to anyone you know. And like, they're like, you're invited to come and play the game. So you show up and it's always bougie. Like, they treat you well.
I like to be treated well.
Bougie. It was actually funny. There were some, because I went to the Jedi Survivor event, there were some Ubisoft people that were like, we wanted this event to be better than the Jedi Survivor event. Is it better? And I was like, don't tell the Jedi Survivor people, but yes. Like, they went insane. But it's a good time, and it's so cool to meet people, but it's like, I don't know. I felt a lot better about the Outlaws event than I did the Jedi Survivor event, because the Jedi Survivor event, I had no idea what to expect. I was going in blind. But the Outlaws event, I was like, I'm gonna make the most of it and actually talk to people, because it's so daunting. Because you have like people there like Star Wars Explained and like all the big names in the Star Wars verse, and you're just like,
I would fangirl over them pretty hard.
They're so nice.
It's like, I've watched your videos for literal years. You have no idea who I am.
Literally me, like, talking to Azatru, I was like, because he doesn't do face videos, I was like, I like just close my eyes and I feel like I'm watching one of your videos. Like, I don't know. It's a good time with good people. It's cool. You like show up. They do like a little like talk through generally of like the game, the basics of the game. And for the Outlaws one, they did a little Q&A with Umberly, the voice actor for ND5 that I can't remember his name right now. He's very nice. And they did a little Q&A with them. And that was fun. And then you go to a computer with the game on it. And they're also, while you're there, they're very strict. They're like, don't take pictures. You can't take pictures of these specific things or you'll get in trouble.
Yeah, remember this NDA we threatened you with at the start of that email?
Here's the NDA. Like, there's lists. Like, there's lists of things you can't take pictures of and things you can't talk about. Like, even once they open up the fact that you can, like, post things, there's still lists of things you can't talk about. And you sit at the computer, and you can choose if you want controller or mouse and keys. And then you sit at your computer and you're surrounded by other content creators like, oh my gosh, why can't I remember his name right now? On the other side of me are you familiar with Detroit Become Human? The game?
Yeah, it's made by the same studio
the
that
guy
is
who
making
does
clips.
Connor in Detroit Become Human was the computer on the other side of me. We like stood up. I was with Louise Julie, if you know them. They are also a cosplayer and content creator in the Star Wars verse. And we stood up and he was right there. Deckard. I can't remember what his first name is. I'm sorry to him. Brian, I think it's Brian Deckard, but don't quote me on that. I'm bad at celebrities. But, like, it's that kind of thing where there's, like, just people all over the place that you're like, oh, it's you. But then you just get to sit and play the game. It's usually, like, we got to play... Did we play? I don't think we played from the beginning. It's usually, like, a chunk at the beginning of the game. I think ours was... What is the first planet? Why is my brain blanking on what the first planet's name is? It's Toshara, right?
Yeah, it's Toshara.
Okay. That's what my brain
windswept
said, and then I
planet,
was like,
yeah.
is that the right planet? So it's when you crash land on Toshara is when we played that segment, and, like, I think we got, like, 3 hours. And so you just sit and you play the game.
That's a long time.
It's a long time. Like, they
I
give
would
you...
not have... Wow.
A decent amount of time, and for this one we got to film our whole play, so we got all of the 3-hour gameplay to edit later. But at the Jedi Survivor event they didn't let us film because they hadn't created a non-spoilery version of the game, so there was a bunch of databank entries that they didn't want people to leak.
Right.
So But
What an
it's
amazing
a decent amount of
opportunity.
time. It's so cool. It's so cool. And they always do like the ambiance and they like play the music from the game. And the Outlaws people went above and beyond. Like they made it look very Star Wars-y in the place that we were. Because you're just in a giant room with a bunch of computers, right? So like there's not much to do. But they like did their best to try to make it like atmospheric and cool. Which wasn't the same. The Jedi Survivor one was a little more like just a room filled with computers that you sat in, which isn't a bad thing. Like it was still very fun, but it's a crazy experience. It's one of those things that you sit there and you're like, why am I here? What am I doing here?
Is this a mistake?
Literally, that was me the whole Jedi Survivor trip, and I think that's why I didn't take advantage, because I was like, why am I here? Like, why did they invite me to this? Like, this is too much for little old me, you know? Like,
That's
you needed
so cool.
future Ruthie to tell you
I
belong
did. I needed
here.
her to be like, dude, you need to, like, talk to people. Like, they're here. Go talk to them.
I don't know if I would do well in an event like that. I would probably drink a few drinks and then be like, I'm gonna not stop talking to everybody.
I will say at the Jedi Survivor event, they had alcohol. At the Outlaws event, they did not have alcohol, so...
They're like, we need people to be calm and collected while they play this.
They had mocktails at the Outlaws event, though.
Oh, that's
so.
fantastic.
Were they
So
Star
that's-
Wars themed?
They were.
Oh, shut up. That's so
Love
cool.
that.
They were.
Oh, that's so cool.
I don't know. It's that kind of stuff. And then they had a bunch of stuff out in the lobby. Like they had the speeder bike that you could sit on and take pictures with. And that's where we got, I threw my Nicks over there. That's where I got the Nicks. Was at that event. They had a claw machine and you claw machined until you
That's
got to
sick.
do it until you got your Nick. So it wasn't like, we were really worried when we first saw they were in a claw machine. We're like, what if we don't get one? But they basically, if you don't catch it in like 5 tries or something, they just hand you one.
They're like, here you go.
Yeah, they're like, oh, you didn't grab one. Here you go. And then they mark your name on a list so they make sure everybody gets one.
Yeah. That's super
But-
cool.
It's always. And then they take you to Disneyland.
What?
What? Like, are you serious? Like, you just, like...
One day,
that's so cool.
both of these trips, one day was a Disney day, but I will say, Jedi Survivor just gave us tickets. Star Wars Outlaws had us do VIP tours.
Yo.
So
That's so
just
cool.
saying,
Like, through the whole park or just
Saying-
Galaxy's
Oh my
Edge?
God.
the whole park.
That's so cool.
I will need a break really quick, guys. I'm going to update my bucket list. So,
I was just thinking the same thing. I was like, we need to put it in the budget.
No, you need when the the third Jedi game comes out, you need to be like, or maybe the new Star Wars game coming out next year. I don't know. That's
Zero
EA
Company?
too,
Yeah.
right?
ah,
So, you know, you need to push it hard. You need to put out cosplays. That's how I did it. I don't know how else
start
you get
painting
those
my skin black and red.
opportunities. Yeah.
I literally have a bunch of
I'm
EVA
Zero
foam.
Company.
I have a bunch of EVA foam sitting in my Lowe's cart online because I'm like, am I
Do
ever
it.
going to do this? I'm like, but I keep thinking, I'm like, but you don't have the skills to do it. And it's like the
No,
little
you do.
angel
You just
and
gotta
demon.
do it.
You just got to do it. Like, you're not going to
just
get better
gotta
at
do
something
it.
you don't do.
Anytime anyone's like, how do you start cosplaying? I'm like, just do it. You just gotta go.
start small.
Start by ruining one costume and then
No,
learning from your
well, and
mistakes.
it's all learning. It's all learning. It's like any other skill where it's just you start from point A, and you go to point Z, you know? So it's like I've been putting together a lot of videos that are like my Marin cosplay when I first started cosplaying Marin, and it's like me with just like a red shirt with some like eyeshadow
You're
on
like,
my
nailed it.
face, and I'm like, so good. And then it's like, and now me, it is like to my like handmade to like pictures that the game devs sent me, kind of like cosplay.
You posted those videos pretty recently, didn't you?
Yeah, I've been posting.
Yeah, I
a
remember
lot
seeing.
recently.
I think I I'm trying to remember if I saw them on TikTok or Instagram. I saw them on one of those. Those platforms blend together in my head.
They're the same.
They're
But
the
I remember
same.
being really impressed when I saw that. I was like, you've come a really long way and like have obviously been putting in the work and time to develop your craft. And it really does show. It's very impressive.
That's how you gotta do it. You just gotta start. Everybody starts somewhere. Maybe it's just a t-shirt and some eyeshadow. And that's where you start.
Andrew will get you a canvas shirt, a blue vest, and some pants, and we'll be good to go.
Yeah.
Start
I
off
don't
some Han
know.
Solo
The
action.
main guy in Zero Company, right? It just looked like he had a cool jacket.
He does
Could get
kinda
a
look that
cool
way.
jacket, right?
That's
like
true.
that was his vibe. Was cool jacket man. I don't know.
That is a very distinct vibe that Star Wars has. Is like cool
It
jacket
is cool
person.
jacket man. Is
'Cause
legit.
even
It's
Kay-
legit a vibe.
Even Kay has like
Kay
her
is a
awesome
cool jacket man.
She
She
yeah,
is a cool
she's got it
jacket
going on.
man. Yeah, get back to
ND5 is a
Outlaws,
cool
the
jacket
point
man.
of this thing that we're doing.
What would be really cool, now let me throw some ideas at you, Andrew. Cool
Yes.
jacket, yes. You
Yes.
need like a little patch right here, but also in the picture of the game, he's holding a holo disc. You
Oh,
could
are
get
we,
a
like,
holo disc
going
and
full
then
out?
3D print
Looking it up.
an outline
could.
of something
You
like
could.
easily. Like we know a guy who could resin print that.
We know a
for you.
few guys.
I'm just saying. Also, the Umbaran with the helmet. How cool would
So
that be?
cool.
That would
Plus,
be
there's a
lot-
clone
see,
and a Mando.
You
like,
could be that astromech. That could be you.
Yeah, an astromech that ends up being 6 feet tall.
I know. I think the
Yeah.
only cosplay I've seen from this game is the clone. I'm currently,
that tracks.
if I can get my crap together, building the Mando.
No, you're
You
not.
can do
So,
it.
I am.
I believe in you.
I have the helmet. I just barely got yellow spray paint for the little details on her helmet, but I have the rest of it painted. It's in the other room.
Nice.
though,
Okay,
where I'd
so
show
do you foam your helmet or did you buy?
No,
a
I
helmet
3D
to do?
printed the
Oh,
helmet.
shut up. Let's
I'm
go.
probably gonna foam the rest because I don't think I'm not very good at 3D modeling, and I don't think there's 3D models out for. This character's armor is like a mix between like Bo-Katan's armor and like the traditional Mando armor. It's like a cool like unique Mando armor that we haven't seen before. So unless somebody else, through the grace of them being good at 3D modeling, has modeled it,
I was
just
gonna
gonna
say he has a lot of
foam
unique pieces,
make it.
or they. I actually don't know if it's a he or she.
It's a she so far.
Excellent. So she's got a lot of like unique pieces,
Mm-hmm.
and there's not a lot of like symmetry to her costume.
No.
So
So
have
yeah,
fun
I'm
with
probably
that.
gonna foam, but that's why I did the helmet first. Because I'm like, once I make
Yeah.
the bucket, and that was pretty easy because it's like the generic Mando helmet, but with like 2 little pointies.
I was gonna say it has.
That's
I don't want to
the
call it a
only
goatee,
thing.
but it has the.
It does kind of have a little goatee.
like a knife edge at the end of
Yeah.
the iconic T shape.
Well, if
And I was
y'all
gonna ask
yap,
you, I was
I
like,
can
hey,
go
did you
grab
nail
it
the
and you
chin
can
line?
say
That's super cool.
I mean, I
yap
wouldn't say
amongst
no to
yourselves.
that.
All right, well, yap amongst.
Show and tell, let's
yourselves.
go!
Let's go. I brought this in today for show and tell. It is my Mandalorian helmet. That's so cool. Well, I need to figure out we need to get 3D printers. That's what we really need.
I know, I keep debating on whether or not I want to get a 3D printer or go into more of the foam side. I'm kind of leaning foam, and I don't really know why. Probably because 3D prints can be really brittle sometimes, so if you drop them, which I am liable to do, I would be afraid to break it.
That's fair.
I don't want to break
Gotta
anything.
do both. Here, we'll see if the green screeny.
Oh,
This
that's
is
nice.
my helmet.
You did really. Oh, the stripes came out really nice.
Holy smokes.
Ta-da.
That is
Let's
awesome.
go.
Doesn't have a visor in it.
How that was actually going to be a question. How do you? What's your idea for making the visor? Like, what
I already
material do you
have
use?
so you buy welders
Goggles.
mask. Like they have like sheets that
Yeah.
they
Oh yeah,
wear.
the face shield.
The face shield. Yeah. So you buy that, and I have one of those too. And then you just glue it in there.
Very nice. That's awesome.
They boom. But yeah, I need
And
to
you
get the yellow.
and you 3D
on the
printed
front.
that.
I 3D printed it.
Oh, that's
Shout
very
out
cool.
to Bamboo printers, not sponsored, but they're so nice.
I've looked at those before. I really
They're
want
so
one.
nice. If you're gonna get a 3D printer,
Doesn't one of our Patreon guys have a bamboo printer? The one who printed his own Warhammer army?
I think so.
Because like that's a level of fidelity and precision that's like you need a good printer for.
and they're
In the long-
fast.
I'm about to make an irresponsible financial decision.
You can watch it on your phone because it has a little camera in it.
Of
And
course it
on
does.
your
Let's
app,
go.
You can click in and you can watch it to make sure it's running. And if it is messed up, you can stop it from your phone. You can pause it from your phone.
That's awesome.
Just saying.
That's pretty sweet.
I was gonna say something like that. You could easily like do a time lapse of because half of my
It
TikTok feed
asks
is
you
people
if you
time
want
lapse.
to save a
videos.
time lapse to your computer.
Yep, that
when
would be
you
a
print-
yes every
hit
time.
print.
Every time.
The developers were
just
like, people are
saying.
gonna love this.
They will. But no, so I'm
Oh,
just saying.
I love that.
I'm just saying.
Oh, you are cooking up some really cool stuff. I love it. So excited to see the progress on all that.
Let's see. We have a few more questions we want to go through because we're over an hour
About Star
at this
Wars
point.
Outlaws.
About
What we
Star
were
Wars
supposed to be
Outlaws.
talking about. Sorry.
Deviations are totally cool. It happens. So I want to talk about. There's definitely some things. What do I want to say? There hasn't been an action adventure, I feel like, in Star Wars like Star Wars Outlaws in a really long time.
No.
Like we had the Jedi games, but it's like that's different.
Different.
It's so different because you're a space wizard. Like Outlaws was
Yes.
so grounded, and in that, it almost felt like a whole different game because it was a totally different game. Like comparing the two doesn't even really feel fair.
No.
But like as far as like gameplay and certain things, are there anything that you would change or you think could be improved upon, or if they ever did a sequel, what would you want to see in that?
Ooh. I think a lot of the things that I had huge issues with when I first played through are a lot of the things they've addressed in the last, months leading up to the first DLC. They changed a ton of game mechanics and things that people were complaining about, people were upset about. They updated them, they fixed them, and it was so crazy going back after finishing the game to play the first DLC because
Different.
of
So different.
so many things that they had updated, so many things they'd added, so many things they'd changed for just quality of life. So there's so much of that they've already updated it to be that way. I don't know. I think of the big one that I think a lot of people thought that they were why didn't they put it in there? But I think it was just time constraints, is being able to drive
Right.
other things than your own speeder, hop on other people's speeders and stuff. But that's just time. It was probably on the list and they had to push the game out and it just didn't get done. But I don't know. I thought it was really good for what it was. I think what I told a lot of people, because so many people came in because of all the backlash to the game and were like, is this a good game? Should I buy this game? Because I get that all the time, especially when I'm playing games, because I play games live when they first release. And so it's bunches of people being like, is this worth the money? Is this worth the money? And one of the things I told a ton of people, I'm like, it's a Ubisoft game. If you like the way Ubisoft games play, you're gonna like this game. If you don't like the way Ubisoft games play, you're not gonna like this game, because the game
Right,
is very it's the same. You go and fight the forts, you go do a mission, there's the 50 million forts to fight to find all the little doohickeys and stuff, there's the huge beautiful amazing open world and you can do so many amazing cool things, And if you don't like that, you don't like that. So that's what I often tell people, because I'm kind of on the Ubisoft games and how they play. I'm very much, I like a good linear story on average. But the world was so good in this game. I think, I don't know if there's anything I'd change, just because I went into the game kind of knowing what to expect, because I think so many people went into Outlaws with like Jedi Survivor on the brain or these other games, and ended up not liking it as much because the story of Outlaws is not as strong as the story of Jedi Survivor, just in the fact that that's
no
Ubisoft
Vader.
games. Like it's not a fair comparison because they are so different in the way that they're built out. And so I think I knew what I was getting into when I played it, and so it didn't disappoint me. So I don't know if I'd change anything, because I feel like it was like there's lots of probably little nitpicky things I'd change, but nothing like huge. Do y'all have anything you'd update, change?
Well, I would like to finish the game, and then I would have a better opinion.
You gotta get through it first.
I'm trying. Absolutely.
You're like the Internet Explorer of this discussion.
Yep.
You're like, I kind of know what happens.
I make
You had some-
informed guesses.
Yeah. Ruthie, you had some really good points about like the open world and like it being a linear storyline, because that was probably my it was the first thing I wrote down as far as like what can be improved, because no game is perfect. Well, there are some,
There's some
but
that
very
are
few.
close.
But like the world was so big, I felt like I was getting in the way of myself because I was so easily distracted. It was like I was
Yes.
constantly getting pinged by like, oh, there's a secret over here for you to find, or oh,
Yes.
there's a third pirate event on your way to this other objective. I was like,
Well, and
okay,
they repeat. That's
Yeah.
the problem, because I had a lot
Yeah.
of friends that like tried to do all the syndicate missions, but you can't because it just refreshes
Yeah.
or redoes. And so I had so many people that got burnt out because it's the Ubisoft thing where I had so many people that got burnt out and never finished the game because they got stuck in the loops of fighting the pirates that just landed or fighting the things. And there were multiple people I'm like, just play the story. Like, you just need, because the story is good, the worlds are good, and you just need to get through the game. You can't, like, dilly-dally because you'll
Yeah.
get lost in the swamp of so many things to do.
Yeah, to use a D&D term, it's like you have to almost purposely railroad yourself into just like
Yes.
power through the main story quest. Or if you're having trouble with something, pick one of the I guess the operatives or like the
Yes.
upgrade paths and
And
grind it down and just do it.
So you feel like you're, like, actually doing something worthwhile.
Yeah, because if you just naturally play the game without really a goal in mind, you will get lost. You will get swallowed up by the details,
Lost
and you
in
won't.
the sauce.
Yeah, you won't make it from point A to point B because you'll be like, "Well, I'm fighting pirates, and that's kind of fun."
I'm on my 26th syndicate mission. I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
And like, I actually stumbled into a lot of the achievements because
Yes.
I just kept doing syndicate missions, and they're really good if you need cash fast. They're like,
Oh, yeah.
credits, because finding credits in the game around the world, that is not a good way to find stuff. I
People
realized
don't
I
leave
was
their money around? That's
no,
so weird.
they don't leave
For
their
me to
stuff
take?
around. And I found that like part of the way through, I was like, I am not making enough credits based on the economy and the shops that are trying to like sell me upgrade parts, because I never have enough credits. I'm like, okay, I'm doing this wrong, and that probably comes down to a little bit of like, I'm not super familiar with Ubisoft games, and that is biting me in the butt. And I had to kind of learn that the hard way, reteach myself. And when I got back on the main plot, I got into that kind of flow state, and I was like, this is so good.
This is so good. Mm-hmm.
Like, even the stealth portions of the game, which I know can be divisive for some people, like, oh, it's too slow. It's like, no, you just have to be a little patient.
Just gotta,
But like,
yeah.
it's like at the end of the day, it's like, if
Well, they
that
fixed
style,
that too. That was one of the
Yeah.
things they updated.
yeah, it really plays differently between playing it on launch and like,
Oh, yeah.
because I was one of those people. I put it down for several months, and then I booted it back up, and I was like, they made a bunch of changes. I can keep my rifle now. Huge quality of
that
life
was a
change.
huge quality of, and being able to carry it up and down stairs.
It's like,
Well,
why
the
is
ladders.
she dropping it?
Why is she
Come
dropping
on.
it when you try to climb the ladder? They updated that. You can
Yeah.
climb the ladder with the gun now.
It's such a little stupid thing,
It's so,
but like they
but
fixed
like
it.
it changed the way that the game played 100%.
Yeah, it was so good. And like you definitely have to. I realized that I was not paying attention to the things I knew about myself and how I enjoyed games, and that was ruining my experience a little bit. And once I compensated for that, I had a much better time.
Yes,
Because
you have to be
it literally-
purposeful.
It literally was, ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of
Squirrel.
candy.
Squirrel.
Yeah.
And the game is so good at that because they put so much in there. But you really, at least, unless you're the kind of person who enjoys all that stuff, like I said, I'm a very linear gamer, and it sounds like you're kind of the same way, where those kind of work a little better. Like a Jedi Survivor, where there's like enough open world, but not too much open world that I'm like overwhelmed.
Right.
Yeah, because it can be overwhelming.
I even thought that to myself as I was like flying through the windswept plains. I was like, wonder if Andrew's getting distracted by all these extra map pings
Piece
over
of
here.
candy.
I am
There's
not
a
a very well
lot.
focused.
There's a lot of pieces of candy.
There's so much candy, I'm gonna barf.
There's so much candy everywhere.
All right, folks. It is 77 minutes in. To save our editor,
Oh my
Andrew,
God.
time, I think we should wrap up because I think
That's
there's a lot
probably
more we
good.
could say.
Oh, sure.
But that just means that we might have to have you on very soon.
You might.
Ruthie, can you tell the people where they can find you online and what you are getting up to right now?
Yes, you can find me online everywhere. I mostly post on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch is where I mostly am. But I have started posting on TikTok again, and I post on YouTube if you want to, like, see my playthrough of Star Wars Outlaws. It's all over on YouTube. You can go find it. Right now, I'm really excited for Silk Song that's coming out in the next few days, so I'll be playing that over on Twitch, and I'm going to get all the Jedi Survivor cosplays out and about at my local con in like a month. And then I'm working on my new Mando, too,
So excited.
fun things.
And big shout out to you. You are almost at 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. Look at you.
I know!
Nice.
That was my goal for this year, so we'll see
Let's
if
go.
that happens. There's only a few more months, but it's
Love it.
close. This close.
Super excited to see all that. Well, thank you so much, Ruthie, for joining us here today. To everyone watching, we'll just outro really quick. Guys, make sure you guys follow us on YouTube, subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Instagram. Nailed it. Again, 125 episodes. You'd think I'd say the right thing every single time. We appreciate all of you guys sticking around for this longer episode. We're super excited to have Ruthie on the show. Definitely going to have you back. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. May the Force be with you.